up, compassionate people? Welcome to Vegan News. Lots of stories today on this Wednesday. Let's dive right in. Baltimore is having Vegan Restaurant Week from the 18th to the 26th of August. This coincides with, at the tail end of the Vegan Restaurant Week, the Baltimore Soul Food Festival on the 26th of August. Vegan soul food restaurant Land of Kush will certainly be there to soak up and teach all the people about how great the food really can be. I've had their crab cakes, their macaroni and cheese, which actually won a contest or two, and it's incredible. You would never guess it's vegan if you weren't told. Participating in this is obviously Land of Kush, like I just said. Blue Pit Barbecue is bringing their pulled pork barbecue jackfruit. Vegan Restaurant Week was born from the owners and vegan entrepreneurs of Hampton's Golden West Cafe and Mount Vernon's The Land of Kush. Both of those are neighborhoods in Baltimore City. The restaurants have separately had their own Vegan Restaurant Weeks, but this is the first time they're joining forces together to really get it out there. They're hitting the streets hard, advertising like crazy, and with the tail end of the Baltimore Soul Food Festival on the 26th, they're going to get even more exposure and more people to try some vegan food and hopefully convert some people. In Queensland, Australia, a butcher shop is taking lots of heat on social media from vegans, getting poor reviews and generally getting harassed. And it's not without merit. This butcher shop that just opened is called the Squealing Pig. What an asshole. After a slew of one-star comments, he was interviewed, and Gary Thompson, the owner who opened this atrocity, he had this to say. All of a sudden, we were just bombarded with one-star reviews. I had a look, and the people leaving the reviews were all part of a vegan group called Unapologetic Vegans Australia. You can bet I'm going to be looking for that group now. One Facebook user in their review said, "That name is horrible. There is nothing on this earth worse than a gentle, innocent creature squealing in pain and terror, being slaughtered. Just think about it and the message it gives." Mr. Thompson goes on to say, "I just thought it was a catchy name. I don't have anything against vegans. I respect their right to have an opinion. But they are putting people's jobs and livelihoods at risk by trying to discredit our business. These comments aren't coming from my customers. All my customers have been very supportive." And of course, many carnists came to his defense, leaving 5-star reviews. But guess what? I'm gonna link his Facebook below. Screw that guy. A new website called vegvisits.com is touting itself as a Airbnb for vegans and vegetarians. On the site, you can put in your area and location and find hosts just like you would Airbnb, except obviously the catch is they will either be vegan or vegetarian. So you can choose to be in a living situation where you'll know that there isn't death and carnage in the refrigerator, not used in the kitchen, even a bed and breakfast type situation where you can get the food you want, or just be around people like us. Campbell Soup Co. just announced that it will be purchasing Pacific Foods Company. Pacific Foods Company makes a lot of vegan plant-based milks and other foods. Campbell's paid $700 million for the privilege of owning this company. They've been on a roll since 2010-2012, purchasing as much healthy and vegan companies as they can. They can see the future, like a lot of companies can see that this is where everything is going, and they're preparing themselves for it. Back in 2012, they actually purchased Bolthouse Farms, which you may have seen around. Most of that line is vegan still. They never actually changed any of the recipes. They let the company operate independently. I personally, when I see one, I'll usually pick it up. They're expensive, usually around $3, but you can get like a nice banana smoothie in a bottle. The only one you gotta really watch for is sometimes they have some with milks in them. But they didn't change anything with the company. That's what I'm trying to get across here. So Pacific Foods will stay exactly the way it is and operate independently. They'll just have more money to advertise and get the products out there. And this is what we want. We want to see big companies going all in to get the health food and the vegan market and bring it to a wider audience. And in today's final story, the story of the day, we now have an international vegan flag. Check it out. It looks really cool, doesn't it? I love it. These are some of my favorite colors. Light blue is obviously one of my favorite colors. I'm usually wearing it. They have a Facebook group, which I'll link down below. And the story goes that Gad Hakimi, sorry if I pronounce your name correctly, a designer in a high-tech company, recently graduated from Bezalel Academy of Art and Design. He collected materials from all kinds of vegan companies, groups, organizations from all around the world, and he was trying to figure out what would help brand veganism as a whole that everybody could use. And the result ended up being, with another team of designers, they bounced around all kinds of ideas and they came up with the vegan flag. Gad explains how the idea came to him. "I wanted to give from myself and my abilities to promote veganism. I have created a vegan superhero comic. The one thing I lacked was a flag which will guide the character, his identity and his colors. I have searched the web for a flag and found nothing, besides a few sketches which were designed unprofessionally and were not promoted. They didn't follow the basic rules of creating a flag. I've then decided to design a flag by myself, the same way like the rainbow flag of the LGBT movement. The flag will be identified with all the vegans, first as a concept and then as mainstream. Keep in mind, I don't believe English is his first language. I read this exactly as it really is. The flag Facebook group allowed input. He was the creator, but everybody else in the Facebook group was the designer too. And we've seen this in our movement in the past few years over and over. Aquafaba, the chickpea juice, came from the What Fat Vegans Eat group. We're watching our movement be born online and creating all the tools we need to band us together, create our culture, and end the Holocaust. I think the flag's awesome, and I can't wait for the day that I can pick one up and fly it outside. It'll go right along my Earth flag that I don't have yet, but I will eventually. I'll get one, I swear. Alright guys, that's everything. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry about missing yesterday. I was a bit under the weather. Same old, same old. I'll be going to Woodstock Farm Sanctuary next Friday and Saturday and maybe Sunday. And I'm going to start editing this weekend my trip to Gene Bauer's Farm Sanctuary, so I can't wait to get at least part 1 or some part of that out. So thank you guys so much. Like it if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. I wish you wouldn't. Share it, please. Please share on your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever social media you like to use. Please share. It helps so much. Like the Facebook page, join our Facebook group and help me get news. Send me messages for news stories you see. And every little bit helps. Even if I already saw it, it's great to get it. I'll let you know if I already got it, but it doesn't mean that it's not appreciated. Love you guys so much. Thank you. Have a great day, and I'll see you Friday. What Fat Vegans Eat group came from the What Fat Vegans, God damn it, came from